Zachtgooien.
Чимээгүй. Тушаалыг анх
Тушаалаар хөдөл. Хэгсүү.
эрчүүдээ би гүйцэтгэсэн. Хит бармой.
Тушаал сонсогдохгүй явах цаг боллоо. Эрчүүдээ бэлдээ тушаалаа. Анхаарал тушаал сонсогдохгүй.
Ажлах цаг боллоо. Би эдгээр хишгийг хавсан.
Дайсан янар хараглаа.
Би танд барьж өгсөн.
Тушаал бүдээгүй бид. Тушаалаар болсуу. Би дайсан шүрбүү байлгүй. Тушаал өгөх байна. Хүмүүс байна мó. Эрчүүдээ бэлдээ тушаалаа. Анхаар хүчийг санаарай.
Horde devastated the outer city.
Эрчүүдээ бэлдээ тушаалаа.
Ажлах цаг боллоо.
Тушаал буулгах цаг болбай. Би юу хийх вэ? Түүнийг
액추대 베이모이 오샤드 불광위
The unstoppable Mongol army leveled the trade district of Kiev, putting an end to any supplies they could send to the main city. As the last buildings collapsed, the Mongol victory was complete. Kiev had fallen. Monka Khan and his Mongol warriors ran freely through the ravaged city, cutting down any survivors and plundering its riches. With Kiev under Mongol control, the gateway to Europe was open, and the empire could continue its conquest into the west. On June 1st, 1215, the city of Chengdu, known today as Beijing, fell to the Mongols. They looted the city, sending caravans loaded with luxuries back home. This victory over the Qin dynasty was to be one of Genghis Khan's greatest triumphs. After his death in 1227, his descendants continued the conquests, and his grandson, Batu Khan, had his eyes on the west. The Mongol raids of the 1220s had shown that the Rus lands held riches worth exploiting. The battles had devastated the Rus elite, and their defenses were weak. So Batu Khan organized an enormous invasion force, determined to turn the Rus lands into vassals of the Mongol Empire. The Mongols captured territory after territory. By 1240, they had their sights on the great city of Kiev. Kiev was a jewel among the Rus principalities, a center of scholarship, power, and wealth. Batu Khan's cousin Monka was put in command of the advance force, ready to attack. Chroniclers tell of Monka's admiration for the beauty of Kiev, so he was reluctant to destroy it. Monka sent his envoys to the city to demand its surrender. But Kiev's commander-in-charge refused and killed the Mongol envoys. Monka would not stand for such disrespect. His army rode to the city walls and prepared to attack. They would show Kiev no mercy. The vast Mongol Empire was created by warfare, but it was governed by bureaucracy. Good communications across the empire were vital, and that was the job of the Yam riders. The Yam was an incredibly well-organized postal system, introduced by Genghis Khan over 800 years ago. It consisted of a network of relay stations, linked by high-speed riders.
These riders were so fast, they were known as the arrow messengers. You know, they rode at such a bruising pace that they would have to use these cloths to support their abdomen, their spine, and their internal organs.
Yam messengers wore a sash of bells, so they could be heard approaching from a distance. With this advance warning, a fresh relay horse could be ready as soon as they arrived.
Remounting like this allows us to travel several relays each day.
With a constant stream of riders, official messages could be carried quickly to and from all corners of the empire. In China alone, the Yam had over 14,000 relay depots and over 50,000 horses. In some areas, the relay stations were much closer together. Here, the system also used fast runners. However, it was the hard-riding couriers that made the Yam such a rapid communications web. And to ensure it ran smoothly, riders carried a medallion, the paisa. Paisas acted as passports and gave the owner authority to demand goods and services from the Yam stations and the local population. The Yam messengers were the lifeblood that flowed through the great Mongol Empire. With Kiev secure, the Mongols planned a coordinated drive deeper into Europe. They would divide the forces of Poland and Hungary by attacking both kingdoms simultaneously. At Liegnitz, the old armies of Europe would be tested against Mongol-style warfare. In the fertile grasslands of Liegnitz, the Mongols would face Europe's greatest armies, led by the forces of Poland. An army from Bohemia was marching to assist the Polish forces gathering at Liegnitz. Together, they hoped to stop the Mongols before Western Europe succumbed to a full-scale invasion. If the Mongols acted quickly, they could defeat the scattered Polish army and force the Bohemians to withdraw. By raiding the enemy's farmland, the Mongols could plunder valuable resources. the farms smoldered and smoke billowed to the sky, the Mongols claimed the spoils from the wreckage. The Mongols had adopted gunpowder technology from their Chinese subjects, and now brought with them the mighty nest of bees. This explosive projectile weapon allowed them to target the enemy with a devastating barrage of rockets. The Mongols defeated the Polish detachment and continued their unrelenting drive.
아니 도시한테 그대
The Mongols eliminated Poland's knights, dealing a critical blow to the European forces. Despite being outnumbered by the European armies, the Mongols were victorious. As fire scorched the farmlands of Liegnitz, Europe reeled in horror. The ingenuity of the Mongol Empire had brought a terrifying new kind of destruction to the doorstep of the West. With Kiev secure, the Mongols planned a coordinated drive deeper into Europe. They would divide the forces of Poland and Hungary by attacking both kingdoms simultaneously. At Liegnitz, the old armies of Europe would be tested against Mongol-style warfare. Nomads followed their flocks and herds. A Mongol family might move up to 30 times a year to seek fresh grazing.
Nomadic people civilization is different from the settled civilization. It's based on open field, movement, and horseback riding lifestyle. And music is one of the most important elements of this kind of way of life.
A central theme in Mongolian music is the horse.
All Mongol life was lived on horses. That's part of the Mongol identity, is the music of the horse.
The most iconic Mongolian instrument was the morin khor.
Morin khor in Mongolian language, it means horse head fiddle.
The strings came from a horse's tail. 120 hairs for the top, female string, and 150 for the bottom, male string. Everything to do with the morin khor related to horses. And it could even imitate their sounds. A distinctive aspect of Mongolian music is throat singing.
Throat singing is an ancient way of singing that imitates the echo from the nature.
Throat singing is the sound of the steppe, the wind, the earth, the animals. Music was also used to tell stories. In this praise song, 2 horses run away from Genghis Khan for a life in the wild. But they miss his kindness, and so they return. The prospect of being immortalized in a praise song was a powerful motivation for warriors on the battlefield. While the Mongols in the north destroyed the Polish army, Batu Khan and General Subutai